I want to paint you guys a little picture. Yesterday morning, my friend and I left downtown Charleston around 5 a.m. It was freezing cold out because it was the morning, and I had to wear long underwear for both my legs and my torso. I was dressed in a head-to-toe ghillie suit, which looks like a moving tree, and my friend had carefully applied face paint across his face and his arms. In the backseat of the car, there's one semi-automatic 12-gauge shotgun that could hit 6 rounds in it. There's a 20-gauge break action over-under, 30-06 rifle equipped with a scope, and 2 field knives. We were going hunting. I'm here as a hunter and a gun owner to speak with you about the importance of gun control laws in our constantly evolving society. There's 6 major points I want to bring up in talking about these things. And the first and obvious one that people always speak about is homicide. The more guns that are available to people means that the more they're available to people that shouldn't have them. And use them improperly. A Harvard School of Public Health found a direct correlation, a positive correlation, between the firearm availability and homicide rates in 26 developed nations. The interesting part about this was when they took out the United States, so there's only 25 developed nations, this still remained true. So even though we are the most drastic example, it still remains true in countries such as England, Germany, France, Holland. And this also remains true on a state-to-state level. The murder rate in the South, where it is most easy to get firearms, is 5.5%, while in the West is 3.8%. Notice how that was a Yankee, I used the West and not the Northeast as an example, even though the Northeast was the smallest one. The second big point I want to bring up is suicides. More guns does equal more suicides. This is a proven fact. Suicides are not rational decisions. Many people think of them as kind of these very planned out ideas where someone's going to kill themselves on Wednesday at noon, and they thought about that 2 weeks ago. Suicides are kind of a spur-of-the-moment idea where you've been having a really rough time, and you already have these improper chemical balances, and something happens, and you walk in your house, and if there's a gun there, and you're not thinking straight, something might happen. But the Boston Globe did a study that said that there's the level of suicide rates is twice as high in gun ownership states. High gun ownership states was broken into, it's pretty complicated and probably should have written it down, but essentially it was states that had high gun ownership. This Harvard study claims states with a high gun ownership level versus those who do not have high gun ownership do not differ in mental aptitude or mental health. So that was a really interesting point to think about, because that means that all the states essentially have the same mental health. It doesn't mean that states that have higher gun ownership have less mental health, which is what a lot of people think. A lot of people think that in the South they have higher gun ownership, but they're also a little bit crazier. That's not the case. It is the same across the board. So that means that it just correlates with the amount of guns that are in the area. Public support. This is a good one, and my slides screwed up. Public support is more than what you may believe. According to a study recently done by the New York Times, 54% of Americans want stricter gun laws. 91% of Americans want rigorous background checks, which is still getting shut down in Congress, and they are shutting it down because of lobbyists, political reasons, money, who knows, you name it, any kind of corrupt BS that goes on in our political system. Which leads me to think about this quote by Abraham Lincoln at the Gettysburg Address about government of the people, by the people, for the people. If 91% of Americans want these rigorous background checks, why aren't we receiving them? And the answer is obvious. Yeah, all right, the most wanted weapon in America. Does anyone know what the most wanted weapon in America is? The weapon that sells out the fastest for quantity that is brought in. Anyone take a guess? Not the AK-47. The AR-15. The Armalite 15 caliber, known as the Uncle Sam abroad, is the most wanted weapon in America. When Walmart and these stores get it, it sells out the fastest. In fact, it would be hard for you guys to get one right now because they're all back, not because it's hard to get. In fact, a friend of mine went in about 2 weeks ago into the store, into a paint tackle shop, and bought an AR-15 around $800 with his hunting license and his driver's license. Now, he's a good guy, but he could have been a psycho. He could still be a psycho. Between 1982 and 2012, the United States has 62 mass shootings. It's defined as shootings where more than 30 people are killed in a certain specified amount of time. 49 of these shootings were with legal purchased weapons. means that the background checks and the things that they do in order to allow people to buy weapons are clearly not enough. Half of the active shootings use assault rifles, AR-15s, with high-capacity cartridges. Another thing that I have an issue with. Those are the banana clips that allow people to shoot for extended periods of time without reloading. And then the next biggest question that people need to ask is, why would one even need an assault rifle? The other things, such as shotguns, you can do for hunting. Rifles, the 30-06 I mentioned earlier, would be for deer hunting or boar hunting. Pistols, you could say for home security, if you want to protect the family in a dangerous neighborhood, or if you're just a little paranoid about where you're living. You can make arguments for all those things, but an assault rifle in any sort of non-Afghanistan, Pakistan area is just not really needed. The Second Amendment, this is my favorite argument. Everyone recognizes this is the Second Amendment, right? You gonna read that? That's the Second Amendment, right? Wrong. That's the Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The first part of this, the first bullet is what everyone thinks the Second Amendment is, and they often leave out the first part of the actual amendment. A well-regulated militia. In the United States, in 1791, when the Constitution was created, the United States was a completely different place. It was a place that was scared of federal government. State governments were warring with each other, and big armies were a thing that was considered frightening because of what was going on in Europe at the time. So a militia could have been necessary in order to keep the security of an individual entity. Now we have a federal government, and this would no longer be applicable. Once again, history and misinterpreting scripture, going back to my last very controversial religious talk, has resulted in some serious problems in our country. Then there's the argument that everyone is armed, everyone is safe. The armed civilian is rarely the hero. 1.6 civilian interventions are successful. That means 1.6 of the mass shootings were prevented by civilian intervention. Well, that means 1 in every 30 years. The study took 30 years, so that means it happened once. And the incident that actually was successful was an ex-cop. So this isn't me or you with a gun that saved it. This is a guy who went through vigorous training who ended up saving the job. Arming everyone is not the right solution. Arming the correct people, such as cops, officers, National Guard, Army, that is the right solution. And then, for my conclusion, there's no need for a complete ban on guns in the U.S., and there's no need for extremely liberal rights that we have right now. There needs to be a middle ground, and we need to address this issue immediately. Not everyone should be allowed to obtain weapons. Not all types of weapons should be easily obtained or obtained at all. Vigorous background checks should be absolutely required. Assault rifles, armor-piercing bullets, extended clips, bulletproof vests, and things of this nature should be automatically banned. Weapons used for hunting and protection should be allowed and obtained through the proper channels. We need to address this issue as a nation because we always preach progression and being the most out there, and we are currently as far behind as some of the other less developed countries.